I cannot believe there are guys out there my age that do peptides, drink, smoke, focus on women. Funny, right? It's like, focus on women. All your content is about women. Guys, my content is teaching you how women work so that you understand that to attract women, you cannot focus on women. You need to focus on where you're going and the kind of man that you're becoming. That is what my content is about. It's not about women. It's about you not focusing on women. It's about you understanding women so that you can understand that their nature is attracted to the man that doesn't focus on them so that you can decide not to focus on them. So that you decide to focus on your future, your success, your goals. That's what it is. You guys missed the message. Another thing, apparently I hate women. Go find a video right now. I know sometimes I call them bitches. Listen, bitches are gonna be bitches. Go find a video right now where I've said anything negative about a woman, like where I said something bad about a woman. Go find one. You can't. It's always me talking shit about men. Because guess what? Everything is a man's fault. If a woman leaves you, it's your fault. If a woman cheats on you, it's your fault. You weren't the best option. Women are not loyal to loyal men. They're loyal to their best option. Okay, so if you treat a girl good and she doesn't treat you right, well, guess what? That ain't her fault. There's nothing wrong with her. She doesn't have a character flaw. You just weren't good enough. You weren't a man that was irreplaceable. You weren't a man that was rare. You were a man that she had no respect for. Okay, if she respected you, she would have never cheated on you. If she couldn't replace you, she would have never cheated on you because that wouldn't benefit her survival. Women are wired to survive. They are the weaker creature. They need a man to survive. If she didn't leave you because of you being a bum or because you're loyal to her and you're desperate and you're constantly answering her text messages and you're always on FaceTime with her until 4 in the morning, if she didn't leave you, she wouldn't survive. She would die because she would be living with a man that's never going to achieve anything. Do you understand that? And the thing is, girls don't even understand this. Like over here in the front of their mind, they say they want flowers, loyalty, and all these things. That's not what they want. They don't want that. What that is a test to see which guy is going to give that to them so they can filter that man out because that man is weak. Because the only man that's going to give her everything she wants is the guy that never gets laid. If you got laid, you would never give a woman what she wants because you're already abundant and you don't need to suck up to a girl, right? You would only give her what she wants if you don't get laid. So what this is a test. Filter out the weak men to find the strong ones. Her subconscious wants something totally different and wants a man that doesn't care about her. That's the safe guy. That's the guy that's focused on something else. If you were focused 100% on your business, you are guess what you are? You are the most secure, safe man that can exist. The man that is 100% logical, not emotional at all. He's not craving, I want to lay down in bed with a girl and I want to just cuddle with a woman and I want to feel love. No. The dude that has something that he's aiming towards every day, that is the guy that is safe. And that's the guy that doesn't care about women. That dude doesn't care about women. He doesn't care. Okay? That's the guy you got to be. When you become this kind of dude, when you become this kind of man, funny part about it is now all the women want you. Even if you don't have looks, money, and status, you could be a total LARP. You could be a dude with no looks, no money, and no status. But if you just don't care about her, like you don't show her any care, all of a sudden you have looks, money, and status. Like your perceived value is so high, she pretty much puts you at the level as all those guys that have looks, money, and status. The funny part is you could beat the guys with the looks, money, and status if you act like you don't care. Because if some dude drives a Ferrari, but he's a suck up and he sits there and he texts her all the time and he sits on FaceTime till 4 in the morning, and you're the guy that lives in his mom's basement, that's smoking weed all day, that doesn't care about anything other than his weed. You don't care to call or text her. Which guy seems like he gets laid more? Which guy seems like he's more abundant? You, because you don't even care to text her, so that must mean you got laid or you screwed another girl. That's what it is. Nobody understands this. It's so simple. Your options is what determines your value. If you act like you don't care, that must mean you have a bunch of options. And if you have a bunch of options, well, you must be valuable. Your perceived value goes up. It's inflated artificially. You might have absolutely no value. You might not even have girls around. But because of the fact that you don't care and that you show that you don't care and you don't suck up and you don't sit on FaceTime till 4 in the morning like every single other guy and you don't entertain her drama and you don't care if she goes to the club or whatever the hell she does, you let her do what she wants to do. She wants to do something, great. She wants to be disrespectful, you go see another girl because you don't care. You don't care if she's going to be upset. You don't care if she's going to whine to you. Guess what? Now you're just as valuable as the guy with the looks, money, and status. This is what it is. That's why, what do you think these celebrities get divorced if it was about looks, money, and status? Because then they give loyalty to her. They marry the woman. They tell her she's the only one and they love her so much. And then that girl finds a guy that's a little bit younger, that cares less, doesn't care enough to give her a ring, and she cheats on her loyal, loving Tom Brady boyfriend, husband, because some dude decided he doesn't care as much. And because he has the same amount of resources, but because he doesn't give her loyalty, he's more attractive. Because remember, you would only give loyalty to a woman if you thought she was the best, if you thought you couldn't do better. And if a woman knows that you're marrying her, right, because you think you can't do better and she's the best, she knows that if she leaves you, you're going to be broken because you're going to feel like you lost something, right? If you knew that the woman that you're losing isn't the best you could do, you wouldn't feel like you're losing anything. But because you marry this woman, then that means you think she's the best. So if she leaves you, what happens now is you feel like you lost something you can never replace. And she knows that. She knows that if she leaves you, you are going to feel like you lost something you can never replace. Now that gives her power in the relationship. You have to listen to her. She tells you do the dishes, you got to go do the dishes because otherwise she's going to divorce you and ruin your life. That's it. You've given her the power to do it. And she's going to do it because it's in her nature, because it's in a woman's nature to try and destroy the man, to try and lead him off of his path, to try and find the weakness so that she can make sure every day of her life that she is with a man that's safe. That's it. You cannot be mad at women for doing this. And they all do this. I hate it when dudes are like, well, that's just a girl that's not valuable. No, they're all like this. Attraction is not subjective. It's objective. It is the same for every woman. The only way attraction is different is for man and woman. That's it. That's the only difference. It's different for man versus the way it is for women. Attraction for women is the same for all women. It is in their nature. We're not talking about do you like red or black, or do you like blue or green. No, we're talking about human nature. We are supposed to duplicate. That's it. That's all you were wired for. There is no way that she can be differently wired than another woman because we all have the same objective. Okay? That's it. So she's trying to duplicate. She's trying to have kids. She's trying to make sure she is fed for so that she can give birth, so that the kids are also fed for. Everything is about your resources. But this is the thing. You could have resources. You could have the looks, money, and status. But if you're a man that's a little bit too needy, she goes, he's emotional. What if his business tanks because one day I get mad at him and it affects him and he goes to work mad at his employees and they all quit and his business falls? Or what if one day somebody pisses him off and because he's so emotional and he's so weak, he's going to say something on the media and the entire world is going to hate him, and now I'm not going to be able to be provided for. The man who's the most logical and the least emotional is the guy she wants. There is nothing logical about getting married as a man. Tell me one benefit about getting, this is what guy said, because then you can have kids and have a family. You do not need to have a wedding. You do not need to get married to have children. Who said that? Where did you get that? Where? Religion? Christianity? Because you're Christian? Well, I have to get married because I'm Christian. Today's marriage is about love. Marriage, when Jesus Christ was alive, had nothing to do with love. It was a transactional agreement to ensure the survival of a woman. Okay? A father would pass down his woman, a father would pass down his daughter to a man he deemed was worthy of taking care of her and had the resources to be able to provide her with a good life. That's it. 99% of marriages were arranged. It was a transactional agreement. It was like signing a business agreement. That's what it was. It had nothing to do with love. Now people are getting married for love. You're not serving God because that's not what he wanted you to do. It's totally different. The context has changed. And society has used the word marriage, because the word is the same, to use it against you, to control you. You and your monogamy. You know what you are when you're monogamous? Controlled. That's it. It is against your nature as a man to be with one woman. So the only reason you're doing it is because you've been told your whole life that if you don't do it, this woman is going to leave you. And you're so afraid to lose this girl because you're low on options. okay, and you can't replace her, and you think she's the best, that you are going to be loyal to her. This is the funny part. If you don't give her loyalty, she's going to be loyal to you. Women are not loyal to loyal men. Women are loyal to their best option. Her best option is the guy that has the most amount of options. The guy that has the most amount of options doesn't care about one girl. The guy that doesn't care to cheat. The guy that doesn't care cheats and doesn't apologize or lie. That's the kind of guy that never gets cheated on. You cheat on her, she catches you, you never apologize, you never lie, you let her go because you got options and you don't care and you can replace her. She never leaves you and she never cheats on you. You are a moron. That's all I have to say. Nothing else. Everybody on this planet Earth is a moron. I wake up every day and I can't believe that people don't think this way. I forget that what I know is this valuable. I forget. To me, when I see somebody doing something wrong, I can't even process it. Like the way I interact with women and like the way I understand things, it's just normal. Like I forget that you guys are in the system. That everybody is so brainwashed into this thing, monogamy and love, and you need to love a woman. You need to love God. You need to love your purpose. You need to love the things that cannot be taken away from you because that's what makes you powerful. And your power allows you to be the kind of man that can take care of the people around him. It makes you valuable to the people around you. Okay? And now you can actually give love to your woman, give love to your kids, give love to your parents. Love your purpose, love yourself, love your path, love where you're going in order for you to be able to give love to the people you love in the future. If you decide that the love that you want to experience now, instead of choosing to love your future, your goals, your success, where you're going in life, instead of choosing to love yourself, instead of choosing to love God, you choose to love a woman, you choose to cuddle in bed with a girl because you want to feel oxytocin and serotonin release in that way instead of the other way, you are never going to become successful. And in the future, you're not going to be able to love your kids. You're not going to be able to love a beautiful woman. You're going to have a you know the word, ugly wife, okay, 3 out of 10, with some ugly kids, and you are, I ain't gonna love, like I wouldn't love my kids if they were ugly. I wouldn't love my wife if she was ugly. I wouldn't have a wife that was ugly. I would rather just end it, to be honest with you. So it's like, that's not even a life worth living. So how about you become the man that is deserving of that life that you want so that you live a life that's worth living so that you can love everything in your life because it's the life that you wanted. That's like you sacrifice it right now so that in the future you can love everything around you because you built the life that you wanted for yourself. No, instead what you're going to do is I want to cuddle in the bed. I want to cuddle in bed with a woman. Yeah, I want to love a girl. Okay. Fine. That's how you want to live? Okay. Make the game easy for me. I ain't got a problem with it. That's okay. We need people like you. I cannot have everybody thinking the way I'm thinking, by the way. This is not for all of you. This is just for the few of you that have the balls to understand the truth and implement it into your life. Because let me tell you, it ain't going to be easy. To accept all these things, it ain't easy. That's why everybody's coping in the comments. That's why everybody always has something to say to cope with it. It ain't easy. But for those of you that have the balls to listen and understand and say, you know what, this is the goddamn truth. You are the people that deserve it. You are the people that deserve to live this way. Okay? Everybody else, I don't want you to live this way because that creates competition. I don't need to compete against you. In fact, my life is easier if you didn't understand this, right? It's like, why am I even telling you guys this? I should honestly just wipe the account right now. What am I doing? You're all morons.